Welcome to the Loot Drop Podcast, where me and Oscar Mikey, I'm Oscar Mikey. Welcome to the Loot Drop Podcast,
Oscar
where me,
Mikey.
Oscar Mikey, and Empty Estes talk about gaming and stuff.
Yeah, two possibly straight white guys talking about gaming and stuff.
Yeah, I totally nailed that intro the very first attempt. Let's not talk about it.
Like, do we need an intro, or do we just keep it loosey goosey, man? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like, I think an intro is good, but. You know what? I watch a lot of like motivational stuff and entrepreneur stuff, like podcasts and things like that. And they say
you were talking about the David Goggins too. I know you're into the motivation.
Oh yeah, I love my boy Goggins. But they all say, starting is the perfect condition. You can't wait for the perfect condition. You can't be a perfectionist about it. You just got to go. So maybe we'll come up with a proper intro later on. Maybe.
Hey, I like it. Honestly, I think kind of like this whole podcast, just fly it like by the seat of your pants, man. What can go wrong?
That's more entertaining for the listeners too. So it's all good.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So how you been?
Dude, I've been really good. I've been on vacation. I've been on vacation for my first time, ever since I've been 16.
Did you get wasted like your boss told you to?
Yes, I did. Yes, I absolutely did. I wasted on stream. I put my camera on and everything.
Yes.
Which I do. I don't normally pull out. I don't normally pull out the face cam, but I pulled it out. I had a bottle of Woodford Reserve right by me. I walked a mile to the store to grab it. I walked a mile back to have this $40 bottle of Woodford Reserve that I could just get a little
soused.
A little soused,
yeah.
I was getting a little
lubricated.
Slizzard. Yeah, Yep. And I had the craziest hangover the next day for sure.
Oh, nice. I love it. you deserve it, buddy.
I was talking to this girl that I like, right? And she was like,
"Oh,
hey,
he's got a crush."
I got a little bit of a crush, man. I like it. So I was talking to her, and I was like, "Hey, I don't drink a ton, but I was like." I think I'm about to buy this bottle. You need to watch out for me though, because when I drink, I absolutely go on to Amazon and buy anything that I want.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. So I woke up the next day and I was like, dude, I spent $200 in a rain jacket for the next 2 months.
Did you actually?
I did do it.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Cancel.
That is so funny. I've never met somebody who does that before.
Dude, I know it's so funny because I'm pretty in control of my faculties while I drink. But the one thing I do is I'll I had been wanting this for a while. I think I deserve it now. And this is a great time for me to buy this. I talk myself into it so fast. It's so stupid.
That's crazy.
But I did getting a rain jacket that was only $80. So I saved myself
$80 ain't bad for a jacket. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And especially in this day and age, man, the prices of everything are just out the dang roof.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's how it is now. I mean, God, don't get me started on that. I'd love to complain about prices of things. Yeah,
I'm sure you would.
It's my favorite thing.
Yeah,
well, that's great. I'm really glad you managed to get a vacation, first vacation in a while. Probably feeling really good, real rested, ready to get back to the grind.
Dude, yeah, I gotta tell you, I was kind of I don't know, I'm always on all the time. Every day I wake up, I grind, and I go to sleep. I grind, I go to sleep. That's been my life ever since I was 16.
Jeez.
That's all I do. And then I was like, I'm gonna take a week off, man. And just doing nothing, it feels wrong. I felt like I was in trouble the entire time.
It does. It does feel wrong. Yeah.
I was like, I got a cough, boss. I can't come in.
Yeah, 100%. I totally feel that.
It was well worth it.
By the time this comes out, I'm gonna be a full-time content creator. But before this, I totally felt the same way. When I quit my job and I started doing this full time. It felt wrong. You know what I mean? I mean, I wasn't on vacation or anything, but I was I was free. I broke my chains and I was finally free, but it still felt wrong. I feel like I still had to go into work every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, even when I was working and I went on vacation, it did feel weird.
Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of the, I don't know, maybe just the part of our generational trauma at this point. You,
yeah,
literally, you time off is it's not expected anymore. It's just like it's something you have to like just be in a good position to be able to take. It's not something everyone gets to do anymore, like how it used to be, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's very much like a North American culture kind of thing. We see that
definitely.
we see that in Canada too. It's kind of a thing up here.
Yeah.
A little bit less so maybe, but definitely for sure in America.
Yeah, I mean, I would be flabbergasted if it didn't extend like a little bit further north of our borders. So,
Oh yeah.
I understand where you're coming from.
Oh yeah. We definitely have pieces of the American culture and lifestyle up here for sure. Anyways, what do you want to talk about today? I got a couple of things. Do you want me to I mean, I got a new router.
Yo, you did get a new router. Yeah, tell me about the new router because I know you've been having some internet issues lately.
Oh my god. Well, today is Saturday the 3rd. It's May 3rd? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been having issues with my stream for the last week. I've been getting these crazy like hitches and like stutters and glitches and stuff. I watched it back and it's insane. Like you'll be watching the stream and it's not like buffering. It's not like regular buffering. The stream will like the video feed will freeze, but you can still hear me. And then the video goes all like purple and black and gray, like pixelated, visual artifacting. And then the video will jump and it'll skip and it'll do all this weird stuff.
That's crazy.
Like really weird visual artifacting.
You were showing me Arc, like in a Discord call, because like we were like they had this whole thing, like Arc had this whole thing where like they were gonna be like, hey, like you can invite a friend. So Mikey went ahead and like he was like, I'll be a G and just play this game for I think they needed like 4 games, like 30 minutes, like in the game or whatever to like give a friend a key. So he was like, hey, how about you come like watch me play it? And I was watching him play on Discord, and it was like so choppy. I was like, I don't know if this is Discord anymore. This might just be your internet.
No, Discord defaulted to 15 frames per second. Like, what the hell is going on with these programs? Like, what is happening? We're paying too much for stuff, and the quality's going in the shitter.
That is, oh my god! Don't even get me started because that's like one of my talking points I have about just like games in general. Like of like we're reaching this new like pinnacle of like $80 games because Nintendo did it, right? And now Microsoft, it just followed. Microsoft is like, hey, we're gonna do that too now. And it's like the quality of games, it used to be that like you get a game that was like complete, no patches needed, no expansions needed. It was a full game for the price that you got, and it was like, maybe like $50 at the time or whatever. And now it's $80 for an early access game with half of the content and none of the promises.
Yeah, 1000%. What a time to be alive.
Dude, it really is. Like you have to have, I don't know, just endless amounts of money and so like just love and like nostalgia at this point to like back any of these people, because that's all like, or just you might just have major FOMO. You don't want to miss out, right?
And speaking of nostalgia, a lot of the games that are coming out now are just remakes of old games, and even the remakes are all buggy and stuff.
Which remakes are you playing right now that you're experiencing some bugs in?
Well, I'm thinking about. I'm not really playing any right now, but I've seen all the bad publicity around like the Last of Us remakes. Especially like particularly the PC ports.
That makes sense. Yeah,
those
PC
are really
ports
bad.
are always usually really, really bad.
Yeah.
It's just like such a cash grab, but it's like such a like low hanging fruit. Like we don't give a hell about what you're thinking. Like we're gonna put this out, you're gonna buy it because you're a fan, and that's like that's the beginning and end of their thought process about how much effort they want to put into this.
They are right, I mean, a lot of people are really nostalgic for that stuff, but they just don't want to put the effort in. Like I was saying this on stream the other day, like people are begging for a Bloodborne remake. If they remastered or remade Bloodborne, they would print money.
Dude, they absolutely would. And I think like I was also talking about this earlier on like one of my like videos or something. Like I was curious if they're trying to do like a Half-Life 3 sort of situation, but with Bloodborne but for PC. Just like holding out, like they like
like going completely radio silent, not talking about it, and then releasing it like a decade later or something.
Yeah, like maybe like in 20 years, or like, hey, when we're really struggling, we'll pull this out. Like this is like the ace in the pocket. Like we will be back in business if we ever need to be.
Yeah, man, what a time! What a time to be alive. Things have changed so much. But yeah, I managed to get my new
port. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying, like, I managed to get a new router. I kind of, I don't want to say what kind of router, like what brand and what model I have, just for like OPSEC reasons, operational security, whatever.
Oh,
But
smart boy.
my old router was definitely a bottleneck. I was getting half the speeds I'm getting now with my new router.
Oh,
So,
okay, nice. So
yeah,
good upgrade.
the new one is incredible. I guess I can tell you guys about my old router. I've got it sitting right here next to me, actually.
Yeah, give him the specs.
It's the Asus RT-AC68U dual band AC gigabit router. I looked it up. This thing came out in 2013.
Oh yeah, so you're like pushing 12 years at this point.
It's old. It's put in some serious work for me. Like, I can't be mad. Like, it's an old product, but I've had it forever, and it's, you know, it's seen a lot of really messed up stuff that I've downloaded over the years.
So many libraries, so many catalogs of like, do not look in this file.
Yes. Absolutely. No, it's been a tank. I'm not mad at all. I'm actually not mad. It's lasted a long time. So respect. Thanks, Asus.
Yeah, man. I honestly, I'm not really sure what to think about Asus, because it's like one of those brands that I've seen all the time. Like, it's always like, and I'm not sure if it has like this like Razer quality to it, where it's like Razer is like a brand that like used to be like really good because it was like cutting edge for a while, and like they had good branding and good marketing, and then they just like stopped making good products, and then it just became like, you know, just like crapperware that like could kind of like kind of compete for like maybe a few months, and then just kind of die out. But is Asus like something that you kind of rely on? Like, what's your attachment to the brand?
Well, Asus, I think Asus is a legit brand. They do a lot of business in computer components, and they have all kinds of pre-builts and all-in-ones and that kind of thing. They're a legit company. They're huge.
Okay, so it's not have, like a cash grabby, like scammy scammaz kind of company.
No, they're very legit. They have been a little bit anti-consumer in the past couple of years. They've done some scummy stuff with regard to like warranties and like RMAs and stuff. They're putting out products that are failing, and they're not you know, sticking to their warranties and stuff. They're not taking products back, broken products, whatever. But they make a lot of stuff. They're a huge company. They're legit. They make pretty good stuff typically.
Okay, yeah, good to know. I wasn't really sure. I've always been a little bit skeptical, even though I think I have like an Asus gaming laptop from college, actually. That I was like, so when I got this laptop, I was like, I justified it because I was like, well, I need it to run Photoshop. I need it to run like, you know, vid audio software, like all this kind of stuff. But I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, I want to play some fucking oh god, sorry about the name of this game, Blizzard Overwatch. I wanted to play a ton of Overwatch, and I did. I played a lot of Overwatch. I played a lot of Hearthstone. I played a lot of League of Legends on that laptop, and it never let me down.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're kind of bomb-proof for that kind of thing. They make really good displays as well, gaming displays. They make keyboards, peripherals, that kind of stuff. Yeah, they're a huge company.
What kind of peripherals are you rocking? What's your setup like?
It's kind of a mix of things. Like, my keyboard is a cheap, like, it's God, what is this called? It's EpoMaker.
I've never even heard of that shit.
Yeah, this is like a cheap Chinese brand. It's the EpoMaker RT100. I got this thing because it was the right size that I wanted for a good price. I wanted the numpad on the side, right? I didn't want like a small keyboard. I like my numpad. I want that. And I wanted to put some silent switches in there, and EpoMaker makes some really good silent switches. So I put them in, and it's a weird color. It doesn't really match the rest of my setup. It's like yellow and beige, and the rest of my setup is kind of like blue and black. But it works well, and it's really quiet. My old keyboard that I used to use when I was like in the early days of my content creation, you could hear it in my recordings. It was so freaking loud. But this one here is super quiet, and I love it.
Yeah, that's funny, because actually I just recently I've been noticing just on the topic of like hearing things you don't want to hear in your recordings. I was editing some videos because like this whole week that I've been off, I like recorded like maybe like 5 videos or something. So I was like just like very much like in sync with like what I'm recording and like editing. And I've been noticing that I sniffle a lot during my recordings, and I was like, I can probably edit that out and like the like inside of OBS. So I go into OBS and I like change whatever like the trigger effect is to make sure that like it doesn't pick up anything per certain volume or whatever. But I was like, oh my god, like this, like like the little minutia of those things is like, it's crazy. Like it really affects the quality of like your audio. Like so having equipment that's quiet and like, you know, making sure that like your mic setup and everything doesn't pick things up you don't want it to is like super important.
Yeah. I can't even explain to you. I can't even begin to explain how many countless hours I've spent on like refining my audio setup. It's crazy. Like I probably have more hours tweaking and customizing my microphone and all the filters and stuff, more hours in that than I do like playing Tarkov or something. It's crazy. But like
I'm about to say, like, are you about to say Zero Seaver? Because that'd be nuts.
No, that's a bit too much. I got a lot of hours in that game. But actually, one piece of equipment you might be interested in, I got to tell you about this. Do you know about I'm sure you know about Elgato's like suite of you know, they got the Stream Decks and all that stuff. They have something called the Wave XLR.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I'm using that right now. That's what I put my microphone into, and it has a capacitive like mute switch on the top. So all you have to do is tap it, just lightly tap it. It's capacitive. It's not like a physical button. Just tap it up there, and it mutes. It mutes your microphone, and it's so great because you only need to give it like a little soft tap, and it turns on, and there's no noise or anything. There's no like, sometimes you get that like digital crunch or like noise when you mute your microphone, like with some other product. You know what I mean? Like a physical mute switch or something like that. This works so well. Like I can mute it and you would never know in the recording.
Yeah, I'm running a Rodecaster Duo for my like little like MIDI plugin for my microphone and everything. And it does have physical switches for like the muting, but they're like soft press buttons. So they're like just like silicone little like bubbles that like have little lights in them. Oh, you press them and they're like super silent.
Love that.
Very, very nice.
I love that. I would love to have one of those things. Those things are so cool, like the Go XLRs and stuff.
Yeah, dude. I was like, well, I mean, if I'm gonna do it and I can write it off of my taxes, why not?
Exactly. Yeah, just pick it up. Add it to the list.
That's right.
But yeah, you want to tell me about anything you have going on? Any new projects or anything new in your life? What you've been up to the last couple of weeks besides vacation and getting wasted?
Well, okay. I only got drunk like a couple days. Okay.
That's only a couple.
I'm doing it right now,
man. When I'm on vacation, I day drink every single day.
That's kind of how I've been. I don't normally I don't like to like drink and get drunk a lot. Like it makes me uncomfortable.
That's fair.
But on vacation, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go for it.
Absolutely, take advantage.
Actually, I've been talking to this girl, right? So we're gonna go on a date on Sunday, and I was kind of curious, like, what are some of your first date experiences?
Oh,
you got any fun ones to share?
Not
yes, he does.
Not really. I honestly, I wasn't a big dater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't. I never really got myself out there very much. Yeah, I don't really have any tips to give you, unfortunately. I am married, but
that is true. So how was that first date? What'd you guys do? How'd you guys meet? If you want to share that.
I mean, we were friends for a long time. We went to the same schools and stuff.
Okay.
And eventually we just, I think she asked me out, actually.
Oh, Mikey the player. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Come to me,
we went out for dinner. We went out to dinner to this pub. I forget what I had. It was just like some greasy, disgusting pub in downtown. And we went for a walk, I think. I think we went... No, that might have been a different time. God, it was so long ago. I'm so old. we went stargazing. We went to a park and we laid down on the grass. There was like a big grassy hill there, and we laid down and we went stargazing.
That's really cute.
Yeah. You got any big plans for this date tomorrow, or?
We're just gonna go out. We're gonna go out, and she likes Korean food, so we're gonna go to a Korean food place that she likes. and I've never had Korean food, but apparently we're gonna have to like cook.
You
our
never
own
had
meat.
Korean food?
I don't think so. I've had like Korean wings before. I'm not gonna count it though. I've never had like traditional like this is Korean food. So the place we're going to, since I'm doing keto, right? So which is really fun for a first date.
I'm on a diet.
I diet, by the way. So we're going to this place. So like what I'm gonna be able to get is essentially like you have to grill your food at the table. Like, so I'm gonna have like a little grill there, and then like they're gonna bring out like slices of meat for me to like cook on the grill for myself, and then I'm gonna take those off.
Oh yeah.
Which I've never done before, so I'm like, this is gonna be really weird.
I never been to one of those places, but I've been to I think it's the Japanese places where there's a chef like in the middle.
Hibachi?
Yeah, that, and everybody's sitting around and they cook it up right in front of you.
Dude, those places are crazy. I've never been to one, but I've seen a lot of videos.
They're good. I mean, the one that I've been to, one in particular in my area a few times, and it's really good. Their fruit is so good. My God.
And it's like honestly. Oh, I'm sorry, my dog's shaking. Carbs, like I'm gonna talk about keto for a second. Keto is so fucking good because if you are trying to gain muscle and also like slim down, I know you're not trying to slim down, but like for the bigger boys like us, you don't need to eat like ever, and it's fucking awesome. Like you just fill up on protein and fat. I work out the same amount. I'm not hungry ever. I have to pretty much force myself to eat. So like I'm just getting like a ton of protein and fat. I'm not hungry, and I'm also just like building a ton of muscle at the same time. I wouldn't do it for a very long time. I would like keep like I do them like kind of like in sprints. So I'll do like maybe like a month of keto, and then I'll go. Usually I'm like vegan when I'm not doing keto. So I do like I do like a sprint of keto, and then I go back to like being vegan for a while because I like really like cooking a lot. Which I don't really get to do when I'm doing keto. Like it's not like real cooking. It's just like I'll throw a steak in the pan. I'll put some eggs in the pan. It's like really not like interesting cooking. But like when you're doing vegan though, there's like so many cool things you do, like mushrooms and like like different like beans and like sauces and like all these different things that like are like super flavorful, like really yummy and good for you. But yeah, like that type of eating is like so fun to me. Just for the fact that I get to like spend time in the kitchen, which I really, really enjoy, even though my dogs will come up and like destroy my life because they're just sitting right underneath me, like waiting for scraps to drop.
Relentless. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They never give up.
Not once.
I love a good meal. I really do. But I just hate thinking about food.
Dude, it's the worst. It's the worst. Thinking about food and honestly, like my life gets so much more organized when I do keto because I'm just like, I'm going to buy the same 3 things. There's like my shopping cart is like beef, bacon, and eggs, and that's all it is. When I start doing vegan, I'm like, wow, how is this more expensive than buying like steaks every night? Like it somehow it is though.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and the food definitely gets more boring a lot more quickly too, because you're like, okay, well, I don't know. Like a steak is always good. Like you're never gonna like be bored of having a steak or like bacon and eggs. Like that's just like really yummy. Yeah. But having butter beans for like the 5th time in a week, you're like, oh my God, like please, anything else. Now. Yeah. And that's why you have to do so much like chefing up. You got to do a lot of zhuzhin when you're vegan.
Yeah. I've been eating a lot of chicken and rice these days, and I can't do it for much longer. Like it's so painful. Luckily, my wife made some pork chops.
Oh, pork chops. Yeah, that's good. I don't even think you have to eat just chicken. That's like dieting food. You don't need to be doing that.
Yeah, I'm not even lifting right now, so I guess I don't really need to be. Yeah.
Yeah, you could be having some sweet potatoes. Like sweet potatoes are great. That's a great like low carb, like really filling food you can have. They can like also put like some butter on and have some good fats in there, like olive oil, or like if you want to have good fats, olive oil. But like sweet potatoes are huge. Put some broccoli in there, get some, I don't know, some ribs or something. Like that's a good ass meal right there. And you're gonna be stacking on that muscle, no problem.
Oh yeah.
That high fat, high protein.
My wife and I went to the Keg. You guys have the Keg down there, right?
What's
Steakhouse.
The Keg?
It's a steakhouse.
No, I've never heard of it.
What? Is that a Canadian thing?
We have Texas Roadhouse. Okay. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay. Well, we went to the Keg. It's a steakhouse. It's like It's like a lower mid, level steakhouse. It's pretty affordable place as far as steakhouses go. Anyways, I had this steak that it had this like blue cheese, kind of toasted blue cheese topping on it when it was wrapped in bacon. Yeah, it was so good. And I asked for mixed vegetables with it, and God, their mixed vegetables are so good. They do their broccoli. They do something to it that makes it freaking delicious. It's so good. I think they must dip it in something. They dip the head of the broccoli in some kind of sauce.
I think they're calling it butter.
No, it's something else. No. They do something special to this. They dip it in some kind of special sauce, secret keg sauce.
Okay.
And then they grill it, or they fry it or grill it or something, and it's so good. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Dude, vegetables are so slept on. Vegetables are so good. Like if you make them the right way,
you just need to prep it. You need to prep it the right way.
They are S tier food.
Put some like good seasonings on those, or like maybe with a good sauce or something, and
dude, yeah. That's what kills me too. Is like you see so many people that like are trying to like do diets, and they're like, I will never have any seasonings or salts or sauces. I'm like, you are gonna kill yourself. You are not gonna have any fun on this, and you're making sure of it.
Yeah.
I think it also kind of stems from like there's this guy, I don't remember who it is, but some bodybuilder that was really popular. That was like, if it tastes good, spit it out, and that's such a bad mentality.
What the fuck? Yeah, like, I see that around a lot. Like, a lot of like fitness people say, just don't do sauces and stuff because it's extra calories or whatever.
Honestly, like the thing you have to worry about is like, you have to figure out what's best for you, right? Like, and that's the biggest thing when it comes to like any sort of diet. Like, you do something that like you have to like be able to see the macros. You always have to know your macros. Like, plan out your days like ahead of time so you know how much you're going to consume. Like, buy those groceries and then commit to the plan. That's like the number one way to make any sort of success when it comes to like your diet and your health. So if you like, it's going to take some trial and error, but like eventually you'll find like, hey, like when I have fruit in the morning, I can more full, or like, hey, when I have like this in the morning, it give me a lot of this and I can eat more calories that way if I need to. Like you have to play around with it a little bit. You can't just take everyone's advice at like face value and be like, it worked for this guy, so it must work for me. That's not the case.
Yeah.
Like being able to suss out like, hey, like for me, like in the mornings, like if I have 4 strips of bacon and 4 eggs, I'm good until like 6 p.m. Like for some reason I'm just not hungry. It's crazy. I don't know why. It just works. And I think everyone has something like that. Like there's something that's gonna work for you that's like, hey, like if you're trying to bulk, I can have this, and this, and like I'm not like forcing it down, like I can eat it easily. Like you can do that. Or if you're trying to lose weight, like I can have this, and this. I'm not hungry anymore until I need to eat again later. And then that way, or do I like have most of my calories in the morning and most of my calories at night? Like these are like all the things you can experiment with and play with, and make sure that you're like able to hit your goals in a way that's comfortable instead of one that like people are telling you to do.
Yeah,
and like playing with your diet like that is super important. Even though you're gonna lose, like most likely you're gonna lose out on some progress like in the first like whatever like few months while you're testing it out. Like putting the work in now will ensure long-term success later.
Yeah, that all makes sense. So you've been playing any new content, any new gaming related things?
I have been, I've kind of been on a dry spell for games lately, but I
next fest is coming soon-ish, isn't it? Or maybe
it is
a little bit later.
Pretty soon. I'm very excited. Obviously the big one right now is Scabland. I'm very excited for that one. Like I've been in contact with the dev from Lucas, like super cool guy. I know you've interacted with him a little bit too, but like,
yep.
Like I remember I messaged Clean actually because he's working on that project too, and I was like, hey, the first time I was trying to get in contact with anybody there, I was like, I knew his name, so I was like, hey, do you mind if I like make content on this? Is there a DMCA on this? Because like I was like just on the Patreon at the time, I wasn't sure if there was a DMCA, but I was like, I might as well make sure before I do it so I don't get in trouble or something. So I was like, hey, is there a DMCA on this? Do I have to worry about that? He didn't respond, so I just reached out to Lucas instead, who I didn't know at the time, but apparently he's like the main developer. He was like, no, you're fine. Also, here's a ton of information. Here's a ton of resources, everything you need. Also, I'm going to be in contact with you 24/7 whenever you need it. I was like, oh my God.
Holy shit. I thought you were
awesome.
going to tell me you've been talking to Clean, and I was going to be like, wow, that's freaking cool.
No, he's ignoring me. I think that was a quick ignore.
That's fair. But that's still really cool. You've been talking to the dev, and he's helping you out. That's really awesome. Yeah, he's been helping me out too. He gave me some keys to give away and stuff.
Yeah. Major W to Lucas. He also gave me some keys to give away on my stream too.
Yeah,
like he's so passionate about what he's doing, and like it really just like it's infectious, because I'm like man, I really want to help you get this off the ground. Like this, honestly, I feel like this is probably the next Zero Sievert for like you and me, because we both came up on Zero Sievert, like you more than me, but at the same time that blew up my channel, and it blew up yours like exponentially more. And like I think this is like definitely on the same level of like this could probably be something really, really huge.
Yeah,
I've never really felt that about many games that I've played. But Scavland, I think it's definitely going to be really, really big.
Scavland definitely wears its Stalker influence on its sleeve. It's very clearly, very clearly inspired by Stalker. And like, it comes through in the art style, it comes through in the gameplay, and the in-game items, and just everything about it is very Stalker-like, but in a very different kind of package. And it's very cool. I really do enjoy that game.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of room for games that have less of a commitment, and I think Zero Sievert was like definitely like the prime example of that. I'm not sure they're ever gonna get to the level of Zero Sievert, because I think the Zero Sievert was the first one to really take like extraction based shooters to 2D like casual gameplay.
Yeah, kind of like just minifying them, taking that hardcore experience and making it, kind of shrinking it down and putting it in a more accessible package. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I think that's what I mean when I say like, it's like it's more accessible. So that's like people can play it, not feel as committed, and like, it still gives you like a very good, like, I think especially with like extraction games nowadays, so many of them fail. Like, even like ones they put like millions of dollars into, like, I mean, maybe they're not failing, but they're not going to be anything like, Escape from Tarkov, right? Like that's going to be like the AAA standard essentially for extraction shooters for a long time, I think. And the only thing that's really coming close to it right now is Ark, which you've had a little bit of experience in.
Yep.
Anything you want to? How are you feeling about that game? Because I've been dying to get into it. I've been watching some more content. I've been watching you play it.
You still haven't got in? You still haven't managed to get in?
Dude, they will not. And honestly, I'm really pissed at them for this, because I was looking at their Reddit, right? And I was like, hey, like, anyone experiencing, like, hey, I joined up for the first playtest. They didn't get back to me for access. The second one came around, I didn't get access. But I'm seeing everyone in this Reddit thread be like, hey, my friend signed up like just now for the second playtest and got in. I've been waiting for 2 playtests and still haven't got anything. And like so many people are saying that.
Oh shit, that
sucks.
It's
like literally like everybody is like almost every single comment is like, hey, my friend got in. He just joined. I've been waiting for 3 years. Like it's crazy that they're taking this route for like, they're calling it random. They're saying it's a random key drop, but it's not. It's totally aimed at like people that just signed up.
What the hell? Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
I don't like that. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, I can't believe couldn't get it to work with the key I sent you either.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. They
as somebody who managed to get in, I get 2 free keys that I can send out to a couple of my friends. And I tried sending one of them to you, and you said that it was only for console, right? Or
yeah, they wanted me to play on PS5 or Xbox.
Right.
And I was like,
but I'm a PC guy. I got in through PC. So what the hell?
Yeah, like, and I even like went back a few days after you sent it to me. So the playtest was maybe like 5 days or something, right?
Yeah, I think it kicked off on like Tuesday or Wednesday or something.
Yeah, so you sent me a friend link after we got, like I had mentioned this earlier, we went on Discord and you're like, show me the game and everything. I was like, this is awesome. And like you were getting in the prerequisites to send me a key. So you sent me the key. And I was like, oh, it's not letting me in. It says I need to be like on Xbox or PS5. And then a few days later, they pulled that entirely. So it was gone. No,
What?
I couldn't use your link anymore.
What the fuck?
And then I had to re-sign up again. And I did it on Epic Games, and they still wouldn't give it to me.
Oh my God. What the hell, man?
Yeah, no, dude, it was crazy. I couldn't believe. And then they're giving streamers like 100 keys, 70 keys, like to just give out. And I'm like, where's your loyalty, man? Like, what the hell? Like,
Oh,
you're
geez.
destroying your core audience for this, for new players, for new people that haven't even heard of the game until just now. And like this only like double reassures that, like, because like literally everyone on Reddit is saying that, and then you just showed it again by doing this.
Oh my God. That's insane.
So infuriating.
No wonder people are pissed off. I've been seeing a lot of, like, I get notifications, I get Reddit notifications on my phone randomly, and a lot of them are from the Ark subreddit, and people are pissed right now. I've been seeing a lot of it.
Dude, it's crazy. It's such a bad play on their part. Like, I don't understand how they could ever, like, I like a little bit understand that they maybe like people have forgot about it. Maybe they're interested before and they're not interested anymore. But I think a lot of the people that like showed interest and supported them from the beginning are probably the people you want to be catering to, even if some keys go to waste. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand this like concept of like only the new hype, none of the old.
New hype only. Yeah, well, I think maybe they kind of know what they have here because the game is fantastic. I can speak as somebody who managed to get into the second playtest, and I've been playing it pretty much nonstop ever since the playtest opened. And it really is incredible. It's God,
Yeah, it looks great. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start with it. Like, I played the first playtest a little while ago, but like this second one is hitting different for me for some reason. I don't even like it's okay. I'll start with the graphics are amazing. Graphics are crazy. I think it's Unreal Engine 5. Like, we can talk about the performance of Unreal Engine 5 and all that stuff, but it is an amazing looking engine, in my opinion. It looks really good. Graphics are incredible, especially the lighting and the shadows and stuff. Like, S tier. Very good.
Yeah. And I was looking at like I was watching Deadly Slob. He was playing Ark one day in the morning, because as usually when I'm like working, I'll like put on Deadly Slob in the morning for my morning stream. And I remember seeing him destroy like an Ark drone that was just flying inside of a building, but he was by a window. And he destroyed it, and like the smoke like was inside the window, was like floating out of the window like through the light beams, and I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
like that looks so good. And not to mention the sound in this game. Like, the sound design is like off the charts. Like every aspect of like the sound is like literally like I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out, quadruple A. Like, it's really, really, really good.
100%. Yeah. The visuals, you're so, the immersion in this game, the audio and the visual aspects of it come together, and they make you feel so freaking immersed in this game. The immersion is off the freaking charts. Like, the world, the way it looks, the art, the art design, like the design of it is incredible. It feels like an actual like dystopian, like robot apocalypse future, and you're actually like a scavenger rummaging around these buildings that are being retaken by nature and abandoned and kind of grimy and, you know, apocalypse style stuff, and it all looks amazing. And the sound, you hear every single like crunch, every single footstep, and the jostle of your gear, like your backpack on your back as you run. When you slide down a hill, you can hear like the sound of like the rocks and the slate underneath you, like crumbling and rolling downhill. The gunfire is very satisfying, very percussive, and like the feedback is good when you shoot something. When you shoot down an Ark, when you blow up an Ark, which is the AI, which is the robots, it's so immersive. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than saying that it's so immersive. And the gameplay, they really did well on like with the extraction, like the gameplay loop as well. It's not so hardcore that it'll turn away like a little bit more of a casual player, but it's got enough of that challenge. And I do get that, that anxiety, that stress of like having a really good raid, my backpack's full of really good gear, and now I got to get to extract. But there's like a bunch of arcs in my way. I know there's like the timer's running down. I know other players are going to this elevator. Like, the fear and the tension is there. and then combined with like the immersion of the map, like the visuals and the audio, it's incredible. Like they're really cooking. They got something here.
I'm like kind of curious. How do you feel about like skill expression in this game? Because I noticed I was watching Summit 1G play this too, and he was kind of like raising some concerns about skill expression in terms of the combat. Because right now, like if he made a really good comparison too. He kind of compared, since it's a third-person shooter, kind of compared it to Gears of War. So in Gears of War, like you can like like slam up against like obstacles and stuff, and like do peeks. You can like do like small little hustles over to like different cover and stuff like that. And like this has none of that. And it's like I can definitely see where he's coming from, because I think it does like look a little bit flat. I haven't played it myself. I'm not really sure if that's actually the case, because like all it seems like you can do is like slowly like veer around corners, like, and it seems like the ADS like walking speed is like very, very slow, and they can kind of dive, and that's pretty much the extent of combat right now. Do you want them to do like a first person mode? Like, are you expecting like any other like advancements in combat, or are you pretty happy with like where it's at right now?
There was never a point where I was playing this playtest, and like I fought a lot of players, I fought a lot of arcs. There was never really a time after I had finished a fight or I had just been killed where I thought, something about this experience needs to change.
Okay,
I thought because it is third person and you can use the camera to kind of like look around corners and stuff and do some weird like
that's
maybe
a little cheeky.
Cheesing some gunfights and getting the advantage on people in that way. I like people have done it to me. I've gotten in gunfights with other players, and I know that they've done that to me. They've been watching me from around the corner. I couldn't see them, but they were using their camera to watch my movements.
Mm-hmm.
But I never felt, to me personally, it never really felt like, it didn't feel bad, like I played
Tarkov, like utility and the movement like sort of sense or anything.
Movement felt good. It's a little bit, it's like a little bit floaty. There's a little bit of momentum and like inertia that they've put in, so you can't like stop on a dime and like do crazy like AD spamming, that kind of stuff.
I mean, Tarkov was like that too, though. Like,
yeah,
you feel like that heavy kind of like the inertia is taking you kind of feeling.
Yeah, but the thing with Tarkov is that it, like when I die in Tarkov, there's so many questions. A lot of the time when you die in Tarkov, there's like you just don't know how you died. You get one tap from somewhere, some place like maybe 200 meters away. You have no idea. When I die in Arc Raiders, I know exactly how I died. I know what happened. I know where I got shot from. I know what I did wrong. I know what they did right. Like the game, it's very clear. I've been sniped by somebody on a cliff like 500 meters away or something, and it's very obvious that happened. I've also been like just outplayed and outflanked, outmaneuvered by somebody with a shotgun or a submachine gun, and it all felt, it just felt right. I don't know how else to describe it. Like I never felt bad playing this game. The combat never made me upset or feel like I was getting unfairly treated or the systems were bad or anything like that. But that was just me. That's like one gamer's opinion. I understand where Summit's coming from.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this about Summit too. I think everyone would probably agree with me. He complains about a lot of stuff, though.
He does. He's a pretty big complainer. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I get where he's coming
he
from.
says with a pretty big grain of salt. But I also do respect where he's coming from too, because like, I don't know, he's like the FPS kind of like OG of Twitch.
Yeah, he's got some credibility. He's got a lot of experience and credibility and stuff. His opinion matters. So. But yeah, it feels pretty good to me, man. Like, I don't know how much I would want to see them change between now and like 1.0.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it feels really good to me.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably be seeing that coming out in the summer. I think the Summer Games Fest, I think that's when the finals launch. This is the same day as the finals. So
yes.
I think the going theory at the moment is that's probably when this is going to launch too. So if you guys are waiting, that's probably when it's going to happen. No real source for this except intuition, but
yeah. Actually, two things I want to go back and I want to talk about two things that I think they might be able to change in the game. Kind of unrelated to what we were talking about, but One thing that's total bullshit in the game is that when you're going to the extract, when you're going to the big elevator, it makes so much noise when you call it, right? I understand that. It makes a bunch of noise. It kind of alerts the arcs and other players that you're getting out. I don't so much have a big problem with that, but I do have a problem with once the elevator is up and you're able to run in and get out, you have to sit at a terminal and, you're completely vulnerable for like 5 seconds while you type in this terminal to make the elevator go down. You can't do anything. You can't defend yourself. You're stuck in one place. So anybody can run up behind you and like just shoot you in the back and kill you. And
Has that happened to you?
That feels really bad. I don't like that at all. I think like it should just be on a timer.
I think that'd be fun. I think that like, as like the kind of player that I am, I'd probably be waiting for people to go do that and probably go kill them.
People are taking advantage. I've taken advantage of it, but I think it's kind of a bullshit thing because you could have played the rest of the raid totally perfect. You could have had an amazing raid, 10 out of 10. You made all the right moves. You got all the best loot. And then just because of this one moment where you have to like pretty much disable everything about yourself. You can't move. You can't fight back. You can't do anything. You have to do that to get out. That feels really unfair.
Tarkov is too, though. Sometimes, like not like for extractions, but like planting objectives. So you have to sit there and do nothing. There's nothing else you can do except plant. Like you're putting posters up and skeleton or whatever. Like you just have to sit there and do it. And like there's nothing you can do except make sure your surroundings are clear beforehand. So honestly, I'm glad things like that exist because like it makes you have to like take like I don't know a little bit of accountability for like your surroundings, and like if you can't get it done, you should leave. And I think that's like the type of stuff that makes Tarkov a good game because it's it's like you're on the edge of your seat. Those are the moments that make you feel tense. Those are the moments that like Tarkov gives you that like ABI doesn't. Arena Breakout Infinite, right? Like those are the kind of moments that like make like really interesting gameplay. Even like when it feels bad, it's probably a good thing to me.
Yeah. But the other thing that I don't think is very good, I think some of the arcs need a little bit of a rebalance. Some of them are crazy difficult, like the bigger ones.
I have seen some of that too. I've seen some Gatling guns kind of going off on people and like just destroying like lobbies.
It's impossible. It's impossible to fight some of these things alone, which is fine. Yeah. I get that. I think there should be some of those enemies in the game, but even with
that's where I disagree. I don't like that at all. I would be like, if I want to queue in solo, I should be able to do everything.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to be beholden to a group of people to make it happen. That doesn't feel good because I'm normally a solo player.
As long as they don't tie any, maybe if they just don't tie any quests to like taking down a queen or something.
Yeah.
But I think we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that. I think it's okay, but I think they do need to be like scaled a little bit better because some of them are ridiculous. So like, I should be able to stand a fighting chance against a Rocketeer, for example. I don't know. You know what the Rocketeer is, right?
No.
It's the flying one that shoots rockets. It's flying, but it's much bigger.
Sounds about right.
It's much bigger than the smaller ones.
Okay.
Like the Wasps. You see the Wasps and the Hornets a lot more commonly. They're floating around all over the place. They're smaller ones. You can take them out solo, no problem. The Rocketeer, like it can be done if you're solo, but you're going to have to make a lot of noise to do it. You're gonna have to make a lot of noise, do a lot of shooting, and oh god, is that my phone?
Turn your phone off.
I'm sorry. We're gonna turn it to do not disturb.
While you're at it, I'm gonna let you know about something right now about multiplayer quests. Okay, and in old school RuneScape. Okay, here's a little blast from the past for you, bud. Old school RuneScape. There's a quest called Shield of Arav, in which you require another player to help you out with a quest from a rival gang. In this quest, you join a gang, and the other player joins another gang, and you have to come together and steal 2 shield halves and put them together. They had to like put together a mod team to be there to give people the other half of the shield because everyone like got like assigned one thing, and like no players were like able to help everybody else. So like it's like those type of quests where like it requires more than one person is so debilitating to a game. Especially that like when it comes to like being like a quest format.
Yeah.
Like it's never good. And if you want people to play the game solo, which is like the idea, like I think most people probably are playing this game solo, and I think the idea of like getting like pre-made lobbies is awful. I hate that. Like, I don't want to be pre-made with people ever. I think most people agree with me. Like, that's, it's just like not a good game design decision.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Everything
I
on your
agree
own.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like some of the high, like mid to high tier arcs need to be a little bit easier, and that's it. I don't mind if the queen needs, like, if you need to go in with a 3 stack to fight a queen, that's fine. That doesn't bother me at all. But like, maybe make the Rocketeer cool. And the Bison.
Raid bosses are sick. Like, that's fine. But like, I think like if it's like you're saying, like, they shouldn't make quests be that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, maybe make the Bison and the Rocketeer a little bit easier, because those things are fucked. Anyways, Arc is looking really promising, but not a lot of really nice things are being said about Marathon right now.
Marathon, like, stylistically, I like it. Like, I'm a graphic designer, and so are you. Like, I think that aesthetic like appeals to us greatly. Just because it's beautifully done. It's like very beautifully done. But a
lot of people are saying the total opposite online. They're saying it looks very flat.
I think, but so those people are not designers, probably. And that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to be a designer to like it. But I'm just saying, like, as a designer, I think I will openly go ahead and say it. Like, my tastes are a lot more like feminine when it comes to design, because I know that, like, I'm gonna go and say, like, also I designed like probably 100 websites for med spas in my life. Like, like, literally, like, I've like done like stuff for, like, Brazilian butt lifts and like all this stuff.
Oh,
right?
Man. Okay.
Like, when you're a designer, like, I think your tastes go a lot more feminine for design, and this is definitely in that like kind of realm, because
right,
it's like
let's
blocky,
talk more about
very
that.
colorful.
Let's get on that.
Yeah, it's like, it's very blocky, very colorful. Like, it's a lot more contemporary as well when it comes to design. Like, obviously, this isn't really following like a static, like, like looter shooter kind of like Tarkov, like grungy aesthetic. It's following a very clean, blocky, contemporary, and like, I wouldn't say modern art, but like it's kind of nudging that like envelope too, though. So I think aesthetically, it's very, very nice. But I think the core gameplay loop for like the hardcore shooters that like they're trying to entice, they're like totally missing the mark.
Yeah.
Because like, like I think a lot of people are right in not liking it, because I think it's a total mismatch of like what they are trying to achieve. Right now, it's feeling like Apex Legends meets Valorant to me. So it's like just over the top, like overdone. I'm not like I like overdone when it comes to design, right? But a lot of people don't, and people don't want that in extraction shooters. People that like extraction shooters want like tense. They want edgy. They want the double bass, like kick drums going. Like they want it to be hardcore, like EFG, because they set the tone for this.
Yeah,
and this is not following any of that. And they're also putting heroes in. For the love of God, they put heroes in this game.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Why did they put heroes in the game?
Oh shit. 0 out of 10.
Literally, why in the fuck would they ever put heroes in this shit? So it started, like, honestly, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw Delta Force did this. I could not believe my eyes when I saw Delta Force was like, hey, I'm gonna revive the Delta Force franchise. Oh, look at Battlefield 42. let's put heroes in like they did. Yeah. I'm the Australian guy, mate. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Why? Yeah. No one likes that. People want lunks that can throw into the battlefield. They like let die. Like
I will say,
John,
for
nobody.
Yeah, for these kinds of games in this kind of genre, or like maybe facing like this, these kinds of consumers who play these kinds of games, I would say they tend to like, generic grunts a little bit more, but there is a place for hero shooters. It's just not here, I don't think.
It's not. And like the whole hero thing, I understand. It's a marketing thing, like 100%. Like
why,
hey,
why
I identify with you. I identify with you. I'm young. I identify with this character.
Well, hang on. Let's workshop it a little bit. I want to ask you, like, go ahead. Why do you think heroes in hero shooters are so appealing to a lot of people? Like, because I just don't understand it. Like
I think
I
they're
would think
appealing.
I would think
Oh,
that
go ahead.
people would want to play as themselves in the game rather than this completely different personality, this completely different person inside the game that has nothing to do with their own, their own interests or identity. Maybe it's like close to themselves, but why wouldn't you want to like insert yourself one to one in a game? Why would you rather play as this completely other, new person?
I think other people might want to because they're young. So, like, not me. I prefer class-based systems, like by a long shot.
So do I. Yeah.
I want to play a class and like customize my character how I want them to be, and like interject myself. Right. I think young people like it because it's a character they can grab onto, because they don't have their own identity yet. So it's like very targeted towards the younger audience. And I think that's where a lot of like these gaming industries are trying to like hit at, because the young gaming audience is exploding. It's huge. You see young gamers, they're crazy good at these games. Like it's an epidemic. Everyone has on a screen all the time when they're young.
Yeah.
And that's that's where the money is. It makes sense. I understand that. And that's why it's a good marketing move. Because you can sell action figures. You can sell like what like all these things that you put together, like it's a neat marketing package. It's not meant for like the hardcore gamer. It's not meant for like the hobbyist gamer. It's meant for the I'm gonna dip my toes in and like I can experience this now kind of gamer, which is like what this game is tailored to. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think Arc kind of does this too. And in terms of like, when you compare it like apples to oranges to EFT, right? Like the gun modding, right? Just for instance, is like so night and day from EFT. Like you get like 3 slots when it comes to arc raiders for your guns or whatever.
It's much simpler.
Yeah. So it's like, like it's that type of thing. Like they're catering to a wider audience, and I can't blame them for it. It's like, it makes sense. It makes financial sense. It doesn't make game sense though. Like,
Not to us.
No.
I mean, people, the people, it kind of ties into cosmetics too a little bit. You can
absolutely
get specific cosmetics for your specific hero. And I think that's
your
very
customization.
appealing.
Yeah. And that's your customization. And I think like that whole wave started with League of Legends, like having like, they put like, they probably pull like all of their profit at this point from skins. if I had to guess, almost all of it.
Yeah. The amount of money made off of skins alone in the industry as a whole is insane.
Yeah, and that's where the money comes in though, because they make heroes. They don't make characters or like classes, rather.
Right. Yeah.
They make heroes, and then you customize your hero to make it your own by buying skins.
Yes.
And they make a lot of them so you can feel like it's your own.
Yeah.
And that's the best we're gonna get for the wide market audience.
Yeah. I would love to see for like the new Battlefield, for example, I would love to see them. I mean, we already know that they're returning to the class system, which is great. I don't want I want grunts. I want generic grunts, but I want to be able to customize my grunt.
Amen.
I want them to take, real life, get as many examples of real life, tactical rigs or camo patterns, belts, holster setups, boots, all that kind of stuff. Put them in and let me put those on my grunt and let me customize them that way.
And honestly, like a newer game coming out, which I've actually, I think we probably both covered at this point. Road to Vostok is doing just that. Like,
oh yes,
you didn't get to see your character, man. I don't even care. Like, there's no hero aspect at all, and it's already sick. It's already so good.
Yeah, man, I gotta revisit that. I haven't played that in a long time. I gotta revisit.
Dude, there's been a lot of progress. It's looking really, really good.
I'm subbed to his YouTube channels. I see the videos coming out all the time. I feel bad because I haven't watched many of them recently.
Oh, you should, man. They're crazy good. He's putting in crazy amounts of work.
Damn. Yeah, he's a one-man army, that guy. He's making this whole game by himself, right?
Yeah, he is.
Jeez.
Also, kind of like Concerned Ape too. Like I don't know how much you were into Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I dabbled in it. I love that game. It's really fun.
Yeah, I was actually just watching an interview with him. I think it came out like a few days ago at the time of recording, but like he talked about like his process for making a game as a single person development team. So he was working as like an usher or something at a movie theater, while he was making this game. And then pretty much like over 3 months became a millionaire, and then like a multimillionaire, and like a multi-millionaire. And then he was like, wow, I have all this money now. I could do whatever I want. I could just fuck off and do whatever. But he was like, I'm gonna keep working on Stardew and like keep making patches for it. Also, I'm gonna start a new game called Haunted Chocolatier. And now he's doing this whole game on his own too. Like he didn't hire anyone because he has such a love for what he does that he's like, I'm just gonna do it myself again.
Yeah, but he probably
just, like,
has
give the people what they want.
Yeah, he probably has such
all the time he wants.
He probably has such a clear vision for what he wants that he just wants to. He's like laser focused and he wants to handle it all himself. He doesn't really feel the need, or he doesn't trust anybody else to handle it. He wants to get hands on, just all on his own.
Yeah, I was actually talking. I had my friend over. I've been recently getting into Magic the Gathering. So I went and bought some cards, and me and my friend were just playing some Commander at my place. And I was talking to him about this game, Haunted Chocolatier, and like this interview that I saw. And he was like, you know what? Like he probably he sounds like such a normal guy. He probably doesn't want to like dictate at all about his vision to people. He probably just wants to be like, hey, I'm just going to do it myself because I don't want to feel like I'm going to be, like being like a dictator about what I want to people.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense because, like when you have a vision for something, like you're saying, like, like it's just better to do it yourself.
I can identify with that for sure. I would much rather I can't think of a way to say this that doesn't sound like narcissistic or something. I'm just kind of like in my own head a lot, and it's tough for me to describe my vision a lot of the time, and I like to just handle it myself. I prefer to just do that. Like I've worked with video editors as an example. And like I've had a lot of great, like I've worked with a bunch of great people, but a lot of times the work doesn't quite come out, like it's good work, but it doesn't quite come out the way I want, not quite in the vision that I had for it in the end. It's tough to deal with that, especially as someone who's running their own business or doing their own, like running their own channel or doing whatever.
Yeah, especially when like your livelihood is this thing. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to like be the person that like is, still doing the thing that people loved. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but I think it also makes sense to just kind of maybe not let go of that a little bit, but like kind of give up the reins, and like at a certain point, people do need help, like just with scaling and stuff. Yeah. So it's kind of just is what it is.
Yeah, I understand. It's definitely like a double-edged sword because it's like I can make more if like you do this half of it, but also I could also just make like my own stuff and like it'll just come out a little bit slower. Yeah.
So we're probably gonna get Haunted Chocolatier in like 12 years or something, but it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I think he was saying during this interview, they was like, I wish I could just lock myself in a cabin and work on it for 3 years. And I was like, okay, we're not getting it for like 10 years, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be a while. Buckle in, strap in, everybody.
It's going to be a big one for sure.
Speaking of games that won't be released in a long time. Well, yeah, I mean, not that long. What do you think about GTA 6?
I've been kind of on a media blackout for GTA 6 because I am very, very interested in just going straight into RP for that game. I've been for a long time. I've talked to you about this a bunch of times.
What is your obsession with RP? I don't understand this.
I want RP, man. I love RP. I love the idea of RP so much. I don't know if I could do it, but I definitely want to try. I definitely want to be some guy named like fucking Leroy that's walking around like, what's up, brother? What do you want to do today? I want to do that so bad. I don't know why, but goddamn, am I into it?
Yeah, I never got it. I just don't understand the appeal.
I don't know if you've ever seen like you might understand it better if you're like a GTRP fan. Like if you have ever like watched some of this content and seen some like of the scenes that unfold between like a lot of people that are just like essentially just like improving, right? Like just situations and they're doing yes and like sometimes like that stuff gets really, really, really funny. And it's really good content.
I get like I can get behind, like I love watching you play Stardew Valley. Not Stardew Valley. What am I saying? Oh my god. I'm having a complete
Star Citizen?
Star Citizen, yes. Stardew Valley, Star Citizen. Yes, that's the one. Thank you very much. I love watching you play Star Citizen, and I feel like that kind of hits a little bit like an RP in a lot of ways. Because you're out there, you're out in space, you're making deliveries. You're a space delivery boy. And that's interesting to me because it's space. It's the future. You got this cool spaceship. You're going out, you're moving at light speed to make these deliveries. That's cool. But like I see some RP stuff and people are just like RPing as cops in this video game and they're just driving around and they get a call and they're like, okay, responding to this call. And they get like, bro, why don't you just be a cop in real life?
Okay, so here's the thing about that. It makes it so that the criminals have a better time. So understand. So like the idea behind criminals, like they're like, there's no risk. The idea like behind the fun of being a criminal is that there's risk when you're playing like a game like this. So if you're gonna get caught and you have to run away, like that makes it more interesting. And then like the cops have their own like whole like intersection of content too. They're like, hey, like you're not doing this, you're doing this. Here's promotions. Here's not promotions. Like, it's interesting because there's a dynamic. I guess that was what I'm getting at.
Right.
Like, there's no reward without any risk. And like, if you have to sit out in timeout for a little bit, like you're probably gonna get some good content getting there. Because you're doing something that's like edgy. You can like, I've seen people like literally like face, like they have like for I can't remember the server name, but they have like FaceTime essentially, and like they'll call the cops like, "Hey, guess where I'm at?" and like point the phone at themselves and like kind of pan around a little bit, like I'm cooking meth right now, motherfucker. Like that shit is so fucking fun. That's so funny. And then like the cops have to like puzzle it together, and then people that like play the cops have to be like, okay, like I'm a dispatcher. I'm gonna send a helicopter out, right? The helicopter has to go look around and see if they see anything. And like, okay, now like we have a cop chase or something, and like they have to call out all the streets and like know where all the streets are, and it becomes really tactical, which is fun. Tactics are fun, like in video games for sure. Like I think everyone agree with that. So like you have to like also like make sure you can like perform pit maneuvers and like they have to follow rules, and like the cops, like the criminals can like, you know, like do car swaps and stuff to like try to get away. It's interesting. It's fun and it's high stakes, and it makes it more interesting that way.
Yeah.
And that's like the kind of the whole point behind like this RP that's kind of blown up.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from. I think I can understand that, but I think I'd rather just play the game. Me personally.
Like I said, we can agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? I'm not going to yuck on your yum. You can have your RP, and I'll just when GTA 6 comes out, I'll just steal a cop car and just go on a murderous rampage and like abuse all the exploits in the game and just have a good time. You can do your RP.
Yeah, we'll see if I can get into those servers have such a long wait list, man. Like,
oh yeah,
they're so hot to get into. That's like you can probably wait for like. I could probably start the queue in the beginning of my work day and then probably play at night when I get off.
Holy shit. Okay.
Like, yeah, people want to get into those servers, man.
Man, what do you think about the delay?
It's that much of a good content.
What do you think about the delay to the game?
Like the delay to what? To
GTA 6. Like it's coming out next year now, in 2026.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Honestly, fine. I don't care. Like, yeah. Like literally, like take as much time as you need to make it better. I'm not in a rush to have something I haven't had since like 10 years ago. Yeah. Like
that's fair. It's been a decade. What's another year?
Honestly, and I feel that way about every game too. Like I feel like if you need more time to make your game, take it. If you need more time to make it actually like exceptional, do it. You're only benefiting everybody.
Yeah. especially now in a time where like a lot of games, I mean, we talked about it a little bit before.
Absolutely,
like,
yeah.
So many games coming out now are just dog shit.
Yeah, like low effort. Like maybe we'll release some patches for this. Yeah. Maybe, or it might just die. I've bought into a ton of games that did that. Like I put my money behind them and they just like abandoned it in early access. That's totally like the curse of like modern day gaming, early access kind of slop that people are putting out right now.
Mm-hmm. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything else you want to talk about today?
I have 100 men versus one gorilla written on my.
Oh yeah. I've been posting memes about that in my Discord. That's so funny. I've posted I found one AI generated basically a video that somebody made, and it's so funny.
Honestly, I think it'd be fine against a gorilla by myself.
Oh wow. Jeez.
Yeah, honestly, I think it'd be no problem.
You are a narcissist. Jeez.
I don't think it'd be hard, honestly. You know, a couple.
Yeah, just dodge roll.
Easy.
What's the big deal?
I could fat roll that shit, brother. I pull out my fucking 9 milli. And I go to town.
No weapons. No human technology.
Who says?
That's anybody could do it then. Anybody could do it.
That's what I'm saying. Anyone could do it.
I could do it. I'm a scrawny little gamer. I could just point a gun at a gorilla and make it happen.
Easy game.
GG's Harambe. Boom.
It's all it took. One guy.
No. I'm talking Harambe's revenge. You know, you don't have any weapons.
Okay. So me just my fist versus one gorilla.
You'd get destroyed.
We
all would. 1v1 a gorilla, we'd all die.
Me versus 2 gorillas. I think that might do it. I think one might be fine.
Okay, let's get serious here for a second. Do you think 100 men could kill one gorilla?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
That's no question. I could do it by myself.
I think I'm on the same page with you, but I see gorillas fight each other sometimes, and it's freaking scary. You know, they're absolute beasts.
Yeah, I'm memeing a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I could do it by myself, but I think 100 men absolutely could.
100, I kind of self-doubt a little bit when I think, 100 men could do it, but then I think back to all the footage I've seen of gorillas like punching the shit out of each other and biting each other and stuff. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, some people are gonna get fucked up. I mean, like, while he's distracted, you're gonna give that guy a concussion real quick. like blunt force trauma. Like, you're done. Do we get shoes or are we naked? I guess is also a good question.
You can have your shoes.
Our feet on this? Or?
You can have your shoes. You can have your clothes.
Yeah, if we're kicking his head with some shoes on, I think we're fine.
Okay, all right.
I think you need like, just imagine the force it takes to punt a football or kick a soccer ball, right? Imagine just like around the circumference of this gorilla's head, just 5 guys doing that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if he's on the ground, it's done.
Sure. Okay. I mean, they're cleats too a lot of the time, so just stomp on them with the cleats.
If we're getting cleats, that's a different story.
Yeah.
We're putting some blood loss into effect.
Get all the golfers, the soccer players, and the polo players or whoever, get them all in there and get them stomping on that gorilla.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
How about you? What are you thinking? How many gorillas can you take at once?
Oh, all of them. All of them all at once.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, I would get slaughtered. I think 100 guys could beat a gorilla.
I think we've done it. Honestly, I think we've done it in the past with less.
Yeah, I mean back in the caveman days, maybe.
I think they're doing that shit on the daily.
Yeah, sure.
They're probably cooking up gorilla wings.
Gorilla wings.
They're probably making a damn 5-course meal, brother.
Oh my god, that is a lot of meat. That's a lot of really lean meat. You're right.
It's gonna be tough, but you're gonna be eating it.
Yeah. All right, brother. I think I'm all ready to close it down. Are you ready to close down the podcast?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Thank you for listening, everybody. Really appreciate it. You can find us with the links in the show notes in the description. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.